Well, we are here. It is Monday, August 11th, 2025. I've already done a ton of talking. I decided, you know what? I'm going to finally book my plane ticket home. I'm going to be gone on my birthday, August 29th, all the way through September 5th, taking a week-long break, end of summer, little vacation, go to the beach, enjoy myself, turn 29, which is baffling to me. Baffling that I'm almost 30 years old. My dad also, his birthday is on September 2nd. He'll be turning 60, so I want to be home for that as well. I missed my mom's birthday back in February. I meant to go home for that, but just couldn't. Didn't have the money or time to do so. So this is kind of like a celebration of both, even though the one for my mom is how many months late? 7? Sorry, Mom. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I just did a month's worth of Today in Music History for Cannonball 101, making sure that was all ready to go. That's now all set until like September 8th. I got to take care of some other behind-the-scenes stuff while I'm doing this afternoon show. And also, I just put out a reaction video to Bad Omens' Spectre. I was kind of sad that we couldn't play the track on Friday for It's So New, the day it came out, but they put it out to release 5 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. our time, and by that time, I was already with Victor, Jade, Josh, and Chantel at the Mountain America Center for the Weird Al Yankovic show, which, by the way, one of the best live shows I have ever seen. Puts on quite a performance, very entertaining. I love when an artist starts off somewhere that's not on the stage, and Weird Al did exactly that. He started off in like the back of the stadium, made his way out to the stage. In between every song, there was those funny videos of him editing himself into celebrity interviews, making them, well, of course, weird. It is a Weird Al show after all. We did a Peaches Needs a Pal video. That's up on our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, K-Bear 101 FM. Overall, it's been a jam-packed weekend, and it's already Monday. We're back here, ready to go, and we'll continue Peach's Pit Party here in just a few on K-Bear 101. Well, Josh, thanks for joining the show.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you just were like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm in the middle of 100 things. What's up?
You're always in the middle of 100
I
things.
know.
You're like the king of getting stuff done.
Well, I'm working on stuff. I'm in the middle of a lot of things all the time.
Right. Josh from Classy 97, temporarily joining Peach's Pit Party. Now, I saw this video yesterday. I don't know if you've ever heard of the comedian Judson Veach.
I don't think so.
He put out a list of the worst things to be good at, and I thought we could maybe judge this.
Oh, we're going to judge?
Because some of this stuff is just
all right,
stuff that we care about.
All right.
Okay, these are things, the better you are at them, the less impressive it is. Pickleball. Pickleball is tennis for people with type 2 diabetes. If you're good at it, you shouldn't be playing it in the first place. Congratulations, you just wounded an elderly woman. Rocketed the ball right into her shins. You're going to have a bruise there for 4 years.
Okay, what do we think of that?
All right, here's the thing. I think the tennis crowd is upset about the pickleball crowd. That's what I think. I think the pickleball crowd is a bunch of people my age and older that are super like, we got a new fitness game, but we don't like tennis. And so I
don't want to commit to tennis.
Yeah, tennis is like, there's all that grunting and stuff.
Right,
Like,
and the ball can go fast.
Yeah, sure. Not that it can't in pickleball either, but pickleball is like the table tennis of tennis.
Yeah, and pickleball is also huge when it comes to retirement communities.
Sure, but it's big for like all over the place, and it's millennials and Gen X and boomers, and they just love pickleball. I have pickleball sets. I
figured you would.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's a good time.
This whole list, I think, is going to offend you because this next one.
I'm not offended. It takes a little bit more than making fun of pickleball to get me on the offense.
Well, this next one I think would go against both of us because we've recently been talking about this.
4 years. And me and the boys are going to go down to the...
He's still making jokes about cornhole. He's still making jokes about pickleball.
Oh, okay.
4 years. And me and the boys are going to go down to the square, make Grace and Frankie cry. Fantasy football.
There you go.
All right. right.
Fantasy football at number 2 here.
Fantasy football. Never has anyone ever been impressed by you winning your fantasy football league. These guys will be like, yeah, I won 3 years in a row, actually. Doing a couple of best balls right now. Me and my buddy's got a league that's just guessing running backs' middle names. Thinking about getting sponsored by FanDuel. Somehow you manage to take an activity you're already not involved in and make it pretend.
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing. Like fantasy football, I agree. Bragging rights are bragging rights, but I think the only thing people outside of your own league even care about is watching whoever lost get humiliated. Whatever that looks like, that's what people want to see.
I was reading one of the punishments that somebody had to do with their own league, and that was take the SAT.
Yeah.
Again.
For sure. That happened in Idaho.
Did it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like in Boise?
I think in Rexburg.
In Rexburg.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, of course, Rexburg. Shout out to Rexburg. But we should definitely, for our fantasy football league that we're trying to do here in the building, we should have the loser do something.
Sure.
We're not betting money or anything like we were with the whole March Madness situation that we did. But we should have at least one.
So we've got bragging rights and like a trophy for if you win.
If you win. I feel like we should also just maybe do a trophy if you lose too. Like have like the donkey butt.
That's a good solid trophy. I've seen that one before.
Right. And it'd be kind of funny if you just had it like if I lost right there on the shelf next to all of Victor's awards.
Or if it was bigger than the winner.
Oh, so yes.
That's obnoxious floor to ceiling, just huge monstrosity that you have to carry around as the loser.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I didn't check. So I'm going home at the end of August. I could have checked the bag. Maybe I could have bought a separate carry-on and then carry all the trophy parts with me so I can build them here.
Just ship it. It's not that big a deal. It's a box.
Yeah, I could have my dad ship all the trophy
and
parts
then we'll
to
just
me.
Put it together.
Yeah, we can have because I don't want to waste his materials and be like, hey, can we get an 8-foot tall loser trophy for the Riverbend Fantasy Football League?
The loser gets this giant thing that they have to carry around. Now you have to deal with that.
Yeah. What if the big boss man joins in on the fun and then he loses and then he has to put that
in his office.
He has to put that in his office. Yeah. I'm the 2025 loser.
And get the word loser across the top real big.
So that way if a client comes in, they're like, this guy's
a loser.
This guy sucks at fantasy football. We don't want to do anything with him. Well, so far we have, I'm already losing my mind, pickleball, and then fantasy football. Yep. Here's the third.
Cornhole. See somebody drop like 6 in a row? This is what you were doing instead of learning a language? People who are good at cornhole, other stuff.
Well, he has to say already.
Listen. Cornhole is a little bit of luck mixed with a good amount of skill and a whole lot of time wasting.
Yeah.
Like, it is one of the games that is played in parking lots and backyards for tailgate parties and stuff, and backyards like all across the country. Any day you can have a pickup game of cornhole, and a toddler can get up and have just as much fun throwing the beanbag in the hole as a 40-year-old man like me winging that thing and thinking that every time I can sink it in there that I'm going to be able to do it again and again and again and be good at it.
There you go. Yeah, we're looking at Judson Veach's list of the worst things to be good at.
Other stuff in their life has gotten away from them. Anyone who's really good at cornhole at some point in the night comes up to you and it's like, hey, can you blow into this so I can start my car? The guy's like, yeah, I bring my own bags. And people are like, grocery? He's like, no, cornhole.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot exactly what else is on this list because I've already seen this video. I just wanted to hear your reaction to this. I think there's 2 more.
Trivia.
Oh, that's the final one.
Trivia.
Just one more. Trivia. What does he have to say about it?
Trivia. It's impressive up to a point. And then you cross over to a place where it's like, he's mostly just arguing with the lady that set up the trivia. Yeah, I told her William McKinley actually died of gangrene, not the bullet itself. Oh, okay. Then did all the women in the place throw their panties at you?
Are you that type of guy, Josh?
I love trivia.
You are smarter than most.
I do enjoy like the pub style trivia where you go out and you have friends and you've got a whole group of people competing. It's a great time. And if you have a good solid team of people that you want to hang out with, it makes a world of difference. It's a ton of fun. It's a great time.
Have you ever had somebody like, I don't know, get upset that they're losing? Is there a prize involved when it comes to those trivia nights?
Well, so they do tournaments that can have cash prizes, but if you're just going regularly, you're doing it for the bragging rights. Right. And then, like, usually wherever you're at, whatever establishment is hosting has like a gift certificate, so you can get some food or whatever if you are in the top 3. It's a great time, though. It is a really fun time.
Maybe I should tell my dad, like, hey, there's some businesses in Idaho that need to have these giant loser trophies for trivia night. Just a giant 8-foot tall trophy. It would make I feel like it would be cool. I mean, people would strive then to be the loser, right?
No way do you want to be responsible for an 8-foot tall loser trophy.
You can't even fit it in your car on the way back to your place. You have to strap it to the roof.
That's what I'm saying. It's obnoxious. It's hideous. Make it really glittery and gross.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Mix and match parts. Find old tubes that don't. Like, it doesn't have to look pretty. It should look gross.
Okay, well, I'm going to write this down.
And be big.
Oh, yeah. No, that's perfect. Well, thank you, Josh, for joining in on the fun. That was the list I wanted us to go through.
You got a golfer with a broken club? Stick it to it.
I feel like we've already talked about this. A lot of people very upset with how Cracker Barrel is slowly transforming into this, into what looks like more so an IKEA showroom than Grandma's country store. If you've never been into a Cracker Barrel, it's vintage stuff everywhere. It's supposed to be like this, this kitsch. It's supposed to have that kitschy charm. There's biscuits, there's rocking chairs, all the good stuff. But there was one person recently that said, hey, look at what Cracker Barrel looks like close to me, and it looked awful. It had that dumb, minimalist redesign. Fans are not impressed online, social media lighting up with nostalgia-soaked tears, scathing takes like it's giving solace. When you fix something that wasn't broken, all stop going, is what one TikTok user even said. The new digs are bland and boring. Look what happened to McDonald's. Used to be a crazy place to look at. Used to be fun to look at, I should say. Had the play places. Kids would beg their parents to go down the slide, go into the ball pit. Now, all McDonald's look sad, and they're just gray, and some of them are brown, and they're just giant cubes. Cracker Barrels were a fun place to go when my dad and I did that big move. When he helped me move from Seal Beach to Idaho Falls, we stopped at multiple Cracker Barrels and had the stuff all over the wall. The food was cheap. You got the peg games right there on the table. You got the biscuits. And the Cracker Barrel's marketing chief, Sarah Moore, said, hey, the staples like the rocking chairs, peg games, and biscuits aren't going anywhere. They're just sprucing things up to be brighter and more welcoming. From what I've seen in that video, it's not brighter and more welcoming. Fans are definitely not buying it. I'm not buying it. One diner called the update heartbreak, while another described the once warm atmosphere as something colder. You get what I'm talking about here. It's dumb. Again, going back to that whole thing, don't fix something that's not broken. K-Bear 101. So people are hate watching the new War of the Worlds movie, the 2025 remake they have with Ice Cube, which was that the first casting choice to get Ice Cube to be the lead role? He's become, the whole thing's become an unexpected internet sensation, but for all the wrong reasons. People aren't watching it because it's good. In fact, it debuted with a 0% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. They're watching it because it's so bad. Viewers are calling it the worst movie of the year. The reviews are both brutal and hilarious. The movie has launched 1,000 memes. Now, here's why. Here's a majority. Here's the big reason why. The film released on Amazon Prime Video, so you can still watch it. No, I think it got pulled down. I think I talked about that on Friday, didn't I? It used Screen Life technology, the movies, meaning most of the story unfolds through Ice Cube's computer screen. And I do see some of the reviews here. The film's tagline, "It's worse than you think," sums up the entire movie. This can't be a real movie. This movie feels like it's 3 hours long. This is pain and torment as a viewing experience. And my personal favorite, my grandmother, who has been in a wheelchair for the past 3 years, found the strength to walk, and she snatched the remote from me and turned it off. Then she proceeded to grab a gun, and she shot the TV 3 times. This movie is so powerful, and I'm so grateful that it helped my grandma walk again. I feel like I might need to watch this just to be like, wow, this is indeed one of the worst movies ever made. Last night, watched the movie Whiplash again. That right there is the opposite, one of the best movies ever made. The first full slate of NFL preseason games were played over the weekend, and we're less than a month away from the regular season kicking off. With excitement building, Bud Light is hoping to cash in with special beer cans featuring team logos and colors. Keep your eyes open in stores. 27 sponsored teams get the fancy cans. Only 5 teams won't be represented on Bud Light cans this year. The Chicago Bears, the Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay Packers, Las Vegas Raiders, and Minnesota Vikings. Fans of every other team can enjoy their teams on the cans, which also includes a QR code, giving fans access to content, cool experiences like VIP tailgates, game tickets, one-of-a-kind merch drops. You get what I'm talking about here. Last month, Major League Baseball cracked down on Cleveland Guardians pitchers Emmanuel Klaus. No, is it Klaus or Class? Or is it Classe? Emmanuel Classe and Luis Ortiz during a gambling investigation. Politicians in Ohio are reacting to the mess by considering a ban on certain prop bets like first pitch wagers, where gamblers bet on balls and strikes for opening pitches of innings. The idea is to remove prop bets on highly specific events within games that are completely controlled by one player. The Milwaukee Brewers are one of the most surprising teams in Major League Baseball this year. And with the added attention, we've learned a lot about the manager, Pat Murphy. One of the biggest surprises is that he puts snacks, including pancakes, in his uniform pockets and chows down in the dugout. The Brewers are hoping to capitalize on this habit by offering Murph's Pocket Pancakes at American Family Field concession stands during Sunday games. For the rest of the season, fans get 4 pocket pancakes and a choice of maple syrup or strawberry compote dipping sauce for $4.99, or they can go big with the double chicken and pancakes pocket pack, which includes chicken tenders for about $8. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Summer is, in fact, winding down. We're approaching mid-August pretty soon. It'll be, early September, late September. We're headed into fall, and then that dreadful W word that is winter. Make sure while the weather is hot, it looks like it's going back to being like scorching hot for the rest of the week. This weekend was kind of nice and cool, but now I'm looking at 95, 96, and I have no AC in my place, so I'm about to be a roasted peach. Anyway, this Saturday, luckily I won't be out in the sun the whole time, but Josh and Justin, both Josh from Classy, Justin from 105 The Hawk, this Saturday, August 16th, they'll be at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market collecting donations for the Idaho Falls Community Food Basket. The Community Food Basket's especially in need of items like mac and cheese, canned chili, cereal, canned vegetables as well. You can find the full list of requested items by clicking the Farmers Market link through any of the channel apps. So make sure to go see Josh and Justin this Saturday, August 16th, with any donations you can spare. And while you're there, of course, check out the Idaho Falls Farmers Market with over 170 local vendors along Memorial Drive. Let's continue things here with Hailstorm. Their latest album, Everest, just came out on Friday. Here's Darkness Always Wins. You're considered old if you have an AOL email account. My very first email was giantintraining@AOL.com. It was the email that I set up when I was in middle school just to start my Facebook account. My parents were like, well, you need an email, Brendan, even though you don't need one. You don't need one for other things, but you do need an email to sign up for Facebook. So I think my mom came up with that whole giant in training because, she has that freak son who's nearly 7 foot. Well, time to say goodbye to the screechy sound of dial-up. AOL is officially shutting down its iconic dial-up internet service, and it's happening September 30th of this year. That means no more AOL dialer, no more AOL Shield browser, absolutely no more You've Got Mail soundtracks for the dial-in set. That guy died like a couple years back, didn't he? Do I need to do a quick Google search? AOL guy, You've Got Mail. What was his name? Elwood Edwards. Yeah, he died last year. Was born in 1949, died in 2024. He passed away at 74 years old. I remember this now because somebody found him driving an Uber, like he was an Uber driver later down the line. I guess he didn't make enough money, or a lot of money with the whole You've Got Mail. What else is going on with this whole thing? Turns out at least 175,000 U.S. households were still clinging to, their 56K modems, maybe some rural users, maybe just nostalgia junkies who couldn't let go. Because, it's like AOL dial-up. Nobody really uses that anymore. Well, at least we thought. But says right here, at least 175,000 U.S. households were still using AOL dial-up. Rest in peace. It had a 34-year run. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear at 101. I posted about this precious, ugly dog on our Facebook page at K-Bear at 101 FM. A hairless English-French bulldog mix from Eugene, Oregon, named Petunia was just crowned the world's ugliest dog 2025 at the Sonoma County Fair in Santa Rosa, California over the weekend. She's 2 years old. She beat out 10 other quirky contenders to take home the crown, $5,000 prize, and of course some serious bragging rights, as Josh and I just talked about previously with the whole losing the fantasy football tournament, fantasy football league. You get that giant trophy. Imagine being the owner of the world's ugliest dog. Petunia getting a lot of attention, and her popularity is about to skyrocket. I'm sure pretty soon, if it hasn't already, Petunia's about to have that Instagram. I'm not sure how I feel about people launching Instagrams for their pets because, well, if I were to make fun of those people, I'd be insulting my family. My sister has a whole Instagram for the pet tortoise, Sheldon. I believe it's like Sheldon P. Tortoise. He's 54 years old, lives in my parents' backyard. He's a part-time pet, really. He's around in the summer, the spring, summertime. Fall, he starts to slow down. And then once the California winter hits, when it reaches like 71 degrees outside, oh, nice and chilly, he will just go into hibernation. And then we don't see him till Easter. Really, that's it. And you just feed him lettuce every so often. It's always great to have a tortoise. I don't think many tortoises would survive out here in the outside area. I think he's a California tortoise, The wintertime over there, nowhere near as bad as the wintertime here. But going back to Petunia, she's not that ugly. I love bulldogs. I think they're great. And I agree with one of our people, one of the listeners, one of the followers on our Facebook page saying, definitely seen uglier. Yeah, it's true. Anyway, let's move on to some Ice 9 Kills. The Great Unknown on Peach's Pit Party. It's K-Bear 101. This entire summer, every Tuesday evening from 7 to 8, right there on the Greenbelt stage in Idaho Falls, located between D and E Streets on Memorial Drive, there's been the River Concert Series with the Idaho Falls Arts Council, where you can grab a picnic dinner, your favorite lawn chair, bring the whole family to the river for a night of music. Last Tuesday, there was the Upscometrists, and tomorrow, the McMurphy Brothers & Co., an Americana group, they're going to be performing right there on the Greenbelt stage. Might as well go check them out. Enjoy some free live music right there by the water while the weather is hot, like I mentioned earlier. Pretty soon it'll be fall, then it'll be winter, and then we'll be dreaming about summer 2026, which will feel like forever until it finally gets here. Only 3 more performances for the River Concert Series with the Idaho Falls Arts Council. 2 more after tomorrow's. Go check them out. Enjoy some free live music right there by the water. The Idaho Falls Arts Council, thanks to them putting on the River Concert Series. So Pokemon has become this, highly sought-after thing. The cards, highly sought after. It's been like that for quite some time now. There's been people breaking into card shops to steal whatever Pokemon inventory they have. There's been people fighting each other at Costco's, Targets across the country. Well, McDonald's in Japan had to end their Pokemon card Happy Meal promotion because of people just simply wasting food. They would show up, order the meal, throw the food away, and just want the cards. And there's pictures I'm looking at here of these trash cans with all these bags nearby because the trash can's already full of just full-on, perfectly good meals. I'm looking at the thread on Reddit. One guy even said, I live in Japan. It was stupid. I didn't even realize what was going on until I tried to get my hash browns and coffee one morning. And there were people yelling inside the McDonald's at each other, and the line snaked around the building. A lot of them were yelling in broken Japanese, so I don't think they were all from here and likely international, but there were Japanese yelling too. People were walking out with multiple bags of Happy Meals, and the news showed images of Airbnbs rented and left with hundreds of discarded bags of food. Total chaos. And then he goes on to say, never did get my hash browns. Did they try to do that here, or do they think like, hey, we're just going to avoid that altogether? Because here there would be actual fights, almost to the point where someone would end up getting like injured, maybe even killed over a Pokemon card. Genius of the Day material, which by the way you can hear every so often on the Victor Wilt Show at 6:45. Anytime someone mentions the Idaho Falls water tower, it turns out to be this giant debate in the comment section of any post you make about it. Josh from Classy 97, posted the water tower with the pretty lights on it, the new water tower. Everyone's saying, still looks like garbage. I need to make sure everyone online knows my comments on the water tower. Because if I make 20 comments about the water tower, that's when the city will go, you know what? Maybe we should change our mind. Maybe we should take down this water tower that we already constructed and just keep the old one. Even though the old one's outdated, can't hold enough water. It's a whole big small town controversy, really. So Josh from Classy posted on his personal TikTok at Josh Tyler, Tielor, about the whole Idaho Falls water tower controversy, asking the people of TikTok, what's like the biggest controversy when it comes to your town? And everybody still is talking about the new water tower. Talking about the Idaho Falls water tower. I don't see many comments here. I'm trying to scroll. I don't see any comments here talking about anything else. There was a few before. Okay, here it is. I was going to say, I remember seeing at least one. I live in Sacramento, and it used to say City of Trees on our huge water tower since the dawn of time, and they changed it without telling them. They changed it to Farm to Fork, and everybody was heated, apparently. In their defense, where are your trees at? Is what someone else replied. Again, the water tower should not personally affect that many people. It's a water tower, okay? I know they're tearing down the old one. It sucks, but they have to do it. And I would say the bigger controversy is them trying to do the whole downtown paid parking thing. Luckily, that got delayed for now. We talked about that on a previous noon hour of Madness and Mayhem episode. You can find that on demand wherever you get your podcasts. You go to Chuck E. Cheese expecting maybe a slice of pizza, a few rounds of skee ball, not a rescue mission. But that's exactly what happened in Burbank, California last week. Only this time, the one stuck in the arcade game wasn't a kid. It was a grown woman. She was playing the Snow Day arcade game, basically a big clear tube where you toss balls into a hole for tickets. At some point, she reached into a section of the machine clearly not designed for human arms, and suddenly, she's part of the attraction. The Burbank Fire Department had to come in and carefully free her with a crowd of families watching like it was the bonus round. No injuries, no damage, just pure embarrassment, just bruised pride. And here's the best part. After she was freed, she and her family went right back to enjoying their day. That's commitment. Most people like myself would just leave quietly. She's like, nope, I came here for fun and pizza. No machine is stopping me. Good for her. I meant to talk about this earlier on. It was posted on eastidahonews.com. The headline, rabbits with tentacles or horns growing from their heads spotted in Colorado. What? Some rabbits spotted in Fort Collins are showing alarming growths described as black tentacle-like protrusions coming from their heads. Colorado Parks and Wildlife confirms the cause is a virus. The condition is not dangerous to humans or pets, CPW said, but they urge people to avoid approaching or touching the animals. The fact that they even have to say that is crazy. Like, you see some diseased rabbit just hopping around, you leave it alone, right? That's common sense. But nope, there are still people. I'm shocked there wasn't that many this year. I'm kind of glad there wasn't that many reported incidences with bison in Yellowstone. Watch me say that right now, and some story pops up tomorrow. If a story does pop up tomorrow and I don't see it, please tag me, all right? I'm hoping no Turon decides to try to pet the fluffy cow and have their entire year ruined. It's now time for To Peach Their Own. And you know what? Today's been kind of one of those days where I'm just like, what can I find? What can I talk about? Are listeners going to be entertained by this type of thing? And I was going through so many different questions. And even this question that I chose for today, I'm like, will I get answers out of it for To Peach Their Own? We'll find out, I guess, right? 208-535-1015. What is something that everyone just seems to love? No, what's something you swear is overrated, but everyone else loves it? I'm sure I'll get this some same old answers like In-N-Out Burger, Sleep Token. What else will people say? Taylor Swift, Labubu's, those toys. I mean, I do consider those overrated. I don't think everybody loves those. I think it's just something trendy that people are now doing that they'll forget about, I don't know, within the next couple of months or so. I was more so thinking the beach as my answer for what's something you swear is overrated, but everyone else loses. Because if you're like me, and you don't necessarily care for the ocean, and you don't want to be that dude building a sandcastle on the sand. You also don't want to just lay there on a towel and get a sunburn. What else are you supposed to do? Really? Walk along the shoreline? It's always overcrowded too. Always way overcrowded, especially at a time like this where the weather is extremely hot. Everybody has the same idea. Hey, let's bring an umbrella, bring as many towels as we can. And then there's also those families that will bring the speakers. Those are the fun ones. When they start blasting the music you never want to hear. It's always, always, always the worst music that gets blasted on the loudest speakers. Always. There was one time my friends and I were on a hike. Some dude's blasting reggae in the background. I'm like, this is what I wanted to hear. Instead of the sound of nature, I wanted to hear whatever that was. I honestly couldn't tell you. So what's something you swear is overrated, but everyone else loves? 208-535-1015. Call in for to peach their own. Hey, K-Bear, what's something you swear is overrated, but everyone else loves?
My answer is summer.
Okay, I agree with you on that. Why do you say that?
I just think people who like summer are just people who mainly just work indoors or whatever. To me, summer sucks. It's hot. Can't do anything. There's bugs everywhere.
I full-heartedly agree with you, man, for sure. Like, the summer crowd, the people that say, 90's better than 32, come on.
I'd rather be cold. You can just put on a jacket.
Yeah, you can only take so many clothes off.
Yeah. Not without getting into trouble.
Right, exactly. Well, thank you for that answer. I completely forgot about summer. Appreciate that.
Yep, not a problem.
Hey, K-Bear, what's something you swear is overrated but everyone else loves?
Energy drinks.
I used to be that guy. Would drink them all the time. And then, got the heart problem.
Right, exactly. I drink them here and there, but honestly, I don't really feel much of a boost, and that could just be me. But yeah.
Yeah, used to be that guy that would drink the 300 milligram Bane in the morning,
right,
and then would be like, all right, I'm ready for the day. And then sure enough, 2 a.m., all of a sudden I wake up, my heart's going 140. I had to be shocked back into normal rhythm. Never again. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.